Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Star Trek Judgement Rites. Now, when last we left off, we'd appeared at this planet where a sleeper ship, or at least what we believe is a sleeper ship, has settled in orbit and has intentions to beam down to a town that is on the planet in question. This planet is accessible by both the Klingons and the Federation, so there is a Klingon ship nearby, and we are being very diplomatic in our proceedings with them, while we've been onto the ship to see what's going on. What society there was on the ship seems to have broken down for the most part, but we still haven't uncovered why that is. But before we do that, let's see if we can scan, not with that tricorder, with the medical one, this person here.
This individual is a juvenile in good condition, although mildly undernourished. There's no immediate danger, but there's some traits that should be watched. He's healthy now, both mentally and physically, but he's at some risk if he's put under too much stress.
Now, that is not at all what you actually said there in the text, McCoy, but my belief is that the more I play this, that quite a few of the lines have been written, but then recorded and then re-recorded, or the actual text here has been rewritten after the recording of the lines, and the lines haven't been changed. Let's talk to this person here.
Hi there, I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Who are you?
You know, you could actually turn to face him when you're actually talking to him, Kirk. That might be more polite.
I'm Stan Bob. Did my mom say I could talk to you?
Not exactly.
Why, yes, she did. What can you tell us about things going on here?
That is a lie, Kirk.
No, not exactly. We'd like to know what you can tell us about things going on here, though.
That's sort of a half-truth.
I don't know that we've seen your mother. Still, if you can tell us something about what's going on here, we would appreciate knowing it.
Yep, I think that's the most truthful option, and the one we're going to use.
I don't think my mom would want me to talk to you. Please go away and stop bothering me.
Alright, fair enough. Fair enough, we shall go away. Is there anything else in particular that we want to do here? We could scan him again. Anything changed?
This individual is a bit elderly, but not in too bad shape when you take that into account. He seems to be suffering some brain lesions that might be genetically linked and nerve degeneration in the lower back.
And again, a lot of dialogue here that is completely not spoken. But there you go. I don't think there's anything else we actually want to do in this room, so let's move on into the next room.
Get back! I don't recognize you, you strangers! Rakabak, Gormagon, you recognize these people?
Hello? How are you two?
No, Tusken, we sure don't.
Well, this is going to get, potentially violent.
Keep them away. Keep them away from me. They'll hurt us. They're out to get us, I tell you. Have I ever been wrong?
I don't know. I can't say.
No, Tusken, you kept us safe, and we keep you safe. We won't let them get you.
We're not planning to get anyone.
You people don't want to come any closer. Honest, I don't want to have to hurt any of you. It's just that Tusken won't like it. I hope you don't mind, but you really have got to stay back.
Okay.
Protect me. They're after me.
I don't think we are, Tusken.
We'll hurt you, so just stay back.
Really, we're not going to do anything.
We really don't want to hurt you, you know, but you gotta stay back.
We haven't even moved yet.
The tricorder informs me that the Klingon boarding crew has just beamed into the adjacent room, Captain.
Oh. Hello.
You are Kirk. I am Kla, captain of the Paul-Ya. This is my aide.
Hello.
These Klingons are so innovative in their introductions.
Now, McCoy.
Shh. I'm Captain James T. Kirk, commanding the USS Enterprise. These are my crew, Science Officer Spock, Lieutenant Uhura, and Dr. McCoy. What can I do for you, Captain Clark?
That is a good question. What can you do for us?
You can avoid interfering with me or my man as we look around the ship, the same as you. And with the same air of mutual goodwill, we will avoid interfering with your activities. unless we have cause to think your actions in some way threaten us or the empire we represent.
Well, this situation just got a lot more complicated, didn't it?
We do not threaten the Klingon Empire, Captain Clark, nor its legitimate representatives.
Indeed. Let's make sure we don't do that.
Then there will be no difficulties between us, will there? We will leave you to your investigations now and carry on our own. You won't mind if we're in the room, will you?
Oh, of course not.
We'd consider it a mark of our mutual respect, Captain, if you don't get in our way, and we won't get in yours.
Indeed. Okay, so, that just got a lot more complicated. Let's have a look around, shall we?
The captain seems most concerned with watching all the individuals in this room to be prepared for how they might react.
Very badly, potentially.
Mr. Spock raises an eyebrow upon seeing this room is equipped with a 3D chess set, but quickly draws his attention back to matters at hand.
Ah, I think we might be using that.
Dr. McCoy thinks that this room doesn't look like a very good place to kick back and relax, especially under the present circumstances.
That's not surprising.
The lieutenant is making judgments about the other individuals in the room, finding some threatening and others interesting.
There's a lot to look at in here. Let's start looking.
A fuzzy animal-shaped toy that looks a bit like a bear.
Only a bit? I think it looks a lot like a bear.
Gormagon is a large person with a slightly cowed and uneasy expression. He bears a strong familial resemblance to Rakabak, but gives the impression of somewhat more intelligence.
Fair enough.
Rakabak is a large individual with a somewhat dull-minded expression, but wary and distrustful. He bears a strong familial resemblance to Gormagon, who is standing close by.
Perhaps they are related.
Tusken is a rather mangy-looking individual of middle age. His hair is wildly disordered and his eyes wide and wary. He seems skittish and likely to burst into flight or fight mode at the smallest incentive.
That is not good. Let us make sure that does not happen, shall we?
An overturned toy box.
Ah. Something has happened here.
A pillow.
I don't think we're going to be allowed to get that, but we might be able to get the bear. We might be able to get the bear. Let's actually scan each of these people, because after all, who knows what condition they're in. McCoy's having a field day here.
Gormagon is one of the healthier individuals on this ship. Except for emotional stress, probably the result of being bullied by his buddies here. He's reasonably sound in mind and body. If I had to, I'd feel confident about treating him medically.
Ah, well that's good. What about, the other one?
Like so many others aboard this ship, he's the victim of developmental genetic damage. A chromosomal misalignment induces a greater inclination to violence. I wouldn't feel confident enough to treat him medically without the full database of the Enterprise systems.
Fair enough. What about, this chap here? Good thing you can do it all the way from over there.
Jim, he has fairly extensive brain damage and may be causing paranoid delusions. It's also resulting in increased levels of hostility. His adrenaline levels run quite high, and there's been organ damage from the extreme stress.
Ooh, that's not good. Well, I suppose we could talk to these people.
I listened to my brother Rakabak and to my friend Tusken. They say we have to protect this room and keep anyone from getting into it. Tusken's afraid.
Yes, he is.
Watch what you say, Gormagon. You know I trust you.
Mm-hmm.
He's just afraid, that's all.
He is afraid.
I'm more interested in a good fight than in talking.
Yeah, we don't want to have a good fight. But we do want this bear.
If you want the bear, you'll have to beat me at this game of chess.
Ah! I think we can do that. I think we'll have Spock do it. Off you go, Spock.
A complex situation.
Oh?
However, check and mate.
Well done, Mr. Spock.
How'd you do that?
Ah, that's because he's a Vulcan and he's Spock.
He cheated you, brother. He must have cheated you.
I highly doubt that.
No, that's a legal move. Here. Take the bear. I promised, and I do what I say.
Oh, thank you, Gormagon. Thank you, Gormagon.
I think it's a dumb game. That's what I think of this game.
Oh, Rakabak. No!
I think it's a dumb game. That's what I think of this game.
Oh. Well, we won't be playing any more chess, that's for sure. I think we need to scan this room with this tricorder. See what else is going on here.
Nothing unusual about that object, Captain.
Okay. Anything in particular we could scan? We could scan the what's left of the chess set.
A lightweight plastic construction for a 3-level chess-like game.
Or it used to be. There's a pillow that I don't think they'll let us get.
Nothing unusual about that object, Captain.
Okay. What about Tuscan? Might as well scan him.
What's that you're doing to me? What are you pointing at me? Is that going to rewire my brain? You going through the hiding place into my brain and making me different? I'm gonna have to beat you up to make you stop it.
No.
A brief scan, Captain. But enough to show Tuscan to be a male of middle age, slightly debilitated, to judge by others of his race.
Fair enough. What about the other two?
This individual is a male in his prime, and probably quite strong.
Yeah, we don't want to fight these people. And is scanning, not
This
scamming.
individual is a male in his prime, with quite a powerful body by comparison to others of his race.
We don't want to scan or scam these people. We technically sort of did scam them by taking the bear, but there's really not much else we want to do here. Let's just go, shall we? After all, we do now have this bear. We could actually trade the bear with someone. Yes, I'm thinking of one person in particular, but right now we're just going to have a look in. Oh, also the music's kept going. The music has changed now. Let's see what we can find. Also, I do feel like handing over this bear. But first, maybe he'll give us the blocks.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Who are you?
Jakesy.
Hello, Jakesy.
What can you tell me about this place, Jakesy?
I'd like those blocks.
Can I play with the blocks, Jakesy?
Indeed.
The sweet-faced adult shakes his head no.
Nope, don't think that's gonna happen. Okay, we're gonna have to do some sort of trade. How about the bear for the blocks?
Soft. Nice.
Yay, we got the bear. To him. And then we got the blocks.
You get blocks now?
Indeed.
He gathers together the blocks and gives them out to you.
Hooray! We now have some blocks. What we're gonna do with the blocks, I don't know, but hey, we have blocks now. There are a lot of plants in here. There are...
We are just here to look around, Captain. I'm sure you don't mind.
Of course we don't mind.
Would it matter if we did?
McCoy.
Your doctor's discourtesy, though indirect, does no credit to your party, Captain Kirk. I would have expected better when we have done nothing to warrant rudeness.
Indeed.
We need not interfere with one another's activities, I think.
Indeed. Well, let's have a look around.
Captain Kirk, leader, finds this room particularly green.
That is a good description. Oh, and while we're at it, let's try not to scam the Klingons. Because if I'm trying to scan them, let's not try and scam them. Klingons do not like being scammed.
Bones eyes the Vulcan and wonders if, along with green blood, he might have a green thumb.
I don't think so.
The Vulcan raises an eyebrow when he catches McCoy grinning at him, but atypically holding his tongue.
Maybe it's because the Klingons are here.
Lieutenant Uhura seems to find this garden a pleasant place.
I don't. I think there's something very wrong going on here.
A Klingon officer whose direct and intense expression never wavers.
Fair enough.
A Klingon crewman wearing a look of disdain and distrust.
That's fair enough. Let's start talking, shall we?
This reminds me of the Arboretum in Calliope 3, except the equipment didn't look this advanced.
It is pretty advanced.
This might be a nice little garden if they added some rustic wooden benches and a little fountain, I guess.
And it was outside.
A hydroponics room, Captain. The console against the wall appears to be a workbench.
Ah.
A shame there aren't any flowers, Captain, but the lushness of the greenery is still very pleasant.
Indeed. We're gonna have a lot of things to scan. We could talk to them, I suppose.
My aide and I are merely observing both you and conditions on this ship. Should I have an observation to share with you, I will certainly not hesitate to do so.
Fair enough, Captain Clark.
Why would I want to chit-chat you treacherous Federation snake?
I was only saying hi. Fair enough. Let's start scanning things, shall we? Alright, what about all of these?
Various plants grown in a specialized, nutrient-rich medium.
Oh. Is it going to be the same here?
Various plants.
Yep. There's one here that doesn't look that well, though. That one looks kind of unwell.
A chlorophyll-based plant species. Minor evidence of opportunistic disease incursion, but that appears to be secondary to reduction in overall plant vigor.
Oh? I wonder what's going on with that. Is there anything else nearby?
A sealed metal keg with a feeder hose attachment on top. A trace of greenish mold rims the connection joint.
Ah, well, we might want to take that, but let's scan the keg first.
This 40-liter capacity metal keg is constructed of steel with non-reactive alloy lining. The round opening for the feeder attachment is just under 10 centimeters in diameter. Inside is an uncomplicated life form, and it appears to fill the interior of the keg.
Ah. We want that. I think we'll take it.
The feeder hose comes free and a mechanism pulls it out of the way. But a terrible stench rises out of the container, smelling like many things died in there long ago.
Yeah. Well, we have it. I don't exactly know what we want to have with it, but, hey, there we go. There we go. I don't think there's much we want to do here right now. I think we just want to leave, actually. There is one room in particular we want to search for. Hello, Jakesy. How are you liking the bear? The room down to the south here. Let's go into here.
Captain, we have just been thoroughly and efficiently scanned.
Wow. That's worrying.
Please identify yourselves. You haven't been in to see me before, have you?
Hello, FaZe?
I'm Captain James T. Kirk, commanding the USS Enterprise. These others are my crew. Science Officer Spock, Lieutenant Uhura, and Dr. McCoy. Who are you?
That is a good question.
We are the FaZe. Did not your parents speak of me?
No?
Captain, note that it identifies itself only erratically in the singular I, and a blend of voices typifies its communication.
That's a good observation.
Are you suggesting it is a hive mind, Mr. Spock? Or is the voice synthesizer simply programmed for a harmonic chord of voices?
Could be either.
Inconclusive. It may also be that an array of otherwise independent machines have been linked to provide the requisite computing power. Although that is an antique and unsophisticated method of achieving this level of intelligence, at odds with the overall level of sophistication and evidence. I suggest we pay close attention to both its actions and its words.
Also, you do realize that it can probably hear you, Spock.
FaZe, why would our parents have spoken of you?
Good question.
I am here to care for all of you, Kirk. It is easier for me to care for you when you are younger, but sometimes one's parents are forgetful. We understand. I will care for you now. You will feel better after you eat.
I don't think we're going to eat anything right now.
Great. A food-fixating mothering computer.
I think there's something more worrying going on here, McCoy.
It could in fact be very much that.
Oh, it could be that.
FaZe, you're about to land on a planet inhabited by sentients in the middle of a settlement. If you are in control of this vessel, you must stop. You must not land there.
Yeah, you might kill everyone.
You will feel better after you eat, dear. Run along now. I'm very busy.
Well, this situation got a lot more complicated. Namely because we have found the computer. And the computer does not seem that cooperative. At all. Well, this is about to get very awkward, and we also have the Klingons on board, who just seem to be walking around and observing everything. This could be a problem, but that's for next time. And I've just forgot that I've gone through all this without saving. That could have been awkward. So, I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later.